Look at this glowing shape in the background. This is not magic. This is science, and what you see here is the cell, the basic unit of life. I am Archana, and you are watching QED, that is quite easy done, the channel where science becomes simple, clear, and interesting. Before we dive in, here's something special for you. I have prepared a worksheet with question answers based on this video. You can download it from the description and use it while learning today. We will explore what a cell is, who discovered it, and how it works. But before we dive in, let's imagine something together. Imagine the tallest skyscraper in the world. How is it built? Brick by brick. Now imagine your favorite book. How is it written? The answer is word by word. In the same way, every living thing around us, a tree, an insect, a cat, or even us, is built cell by cell. And that's why the cell is called the basic unit of life. In fact, the famous definition also says the cell is the structural, functional, and the biological unit of all the living organisms. Let's first understand exactly what a cell is and why it is so important. But wait, what exactly is a cell? Let's start with the basics. A cell or koshika is the smallest structural and functional unit of life. It is so small that most cells are microscopic. We cannot see them without a microscope. Yet they perform all vital life processes like respiration, growth, excretion, reproduction, and response to the environment. Think of a cell like a small house where everything needed for survival is already present. And just like houses in a city, each cell contributes to the larger living organism. Now, let's see how humans first discovered the tiny world of cells. The story begins in 1665. Robert Hooke observed a thin slice of cork under his simple microscope. He saw tiny box like compartments and called them cells. But remember, these were dead cells. Later, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, with his handmade lenses, observed living cells like bacteria and protozoa. This discovery opened the doors to microbiology, a whole new invisible world. Since then, the microscope became one of the most powerful tools in the biology. Once cells were discovered, scientists asked, are all living things made up of cells? Discoveries always raise new questions. Scientists began wondering, are all living things made up of cells? That's when cell theory was born. In the 1800s, three scientists, Skeldon, Scavan, and Virchow, gave us the cell theory, which says all living organisms are made up of cells. The cell is the basic unit of structure and function. All cells arise from pre existing cells. In short, life always continues through cells. This theory is the foundation of modern biology. Now, let's look at the types of the cell. They are not all the same. But are all cells the same? Not at all. Let's meet the two major types. First one, prokaryotic cells. Small, simple, and primitive. They have no true nucleus, DNA floats freely, and no membrane bound organelles. Example, bacteria. Second one, eukaryotic cells, larger and more complex. They have a true nucleus with DNA inside and many specialized organelles. Example, plants, animals, fungi, and protists. If prokaryotes are like small huts, eukaryotes are like skyscrapers. This difference in complexity is what allows eukaryotes to form multicellular organisms. Another way to classify life is by the number of cells in an organism. These are unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. First, unicellular organisms made up of just one cell. Example, amoeba, paramecium, and bacteria. Here, a single cell performs all the life functions like breathing, eating, moving, reproducing. Imagine one person running an entire factory alone. Second one, multicellular organisms made up of many cells. Example, plants, animals, and humans. Here, cell divides work among themselves. Some became nerve cells, some muscle cells, and some blood cells, each with a special role. This division of labor makes multicellular organisms more efficient and complex. It also explains why higher organisms can survive, grow, and adapt better. Now comes the most exciting part, the tiny structures inside a cell called organelles. Each has a special job, just like departments in a factory. Inside a cell are tiny structures, each with a special role. They are called organelles, and together they make the cell work like a miniature factory. The cell membrane acts like the security gate, controlling what enters and leaves. The cell wall in plants is the strong protective boundary. The nucleus is like the manager's office, controlling all activities. The cytoplasm is the working floor where everything happens. Mitochondria are the powerhouse, releasing energy from food. Ribosomes are the hard-working laborers making proteins. The endoplasmic reticulum is the transport system, moving materials. Golgi apparatus works as the packaging and distribution unit. Chloroplasts in plants are the solar power plants that make food through photosynthesis. Vacuoles are storage rooms keeping food, water, and waste. Each organelle is small, but together they keep the cell alive. Understanding organelles is like knowing the departments of a company. Each one is vital for the smooth functioning. Not all cells do the same job. Some become specialists to perform unique roles in an organism. Nerve cells act like telegraph wires of the body carrying signals. Muscle cells are engines of movement, helping us run, jump, and work. Red blood cells are oxygen carriers transporting it through the body. White blood cells act like soldiers defending us from germs. Guard cells in plants are gatekeepers of stomata controlling gas exchange. Specialization makes living beings more efficient. It's the reason why our bodies and plants can perform so many different functions at the same time. Next, let's compare plant and animal cells to understand their differences. Plant cells. Plant cells have a cell wall, chloroplast, and a large central vacuole. Where animal cells, no cell wall, no chloroplast, but centrioles are present. That is why plants can make their own food while animals cannot. This difference also explains the unique lifestyles of plants and animals. Differences do not. In plant cell, wall, chloroplast and vacuole are present, where in animal cells, no cell wall, no chloroplast and centrioles are present. Plants are autotrophs, where animals are heterotrophs. Now, let's see how cells multiply and create new life. There are two ways. First one, mitosis. Photocopy division. One cell divides into two identical cells. Helps in growth and repair. Example, healing of a cut. Second one, meiosis. Special division for reproduction. Produces gametes, that is sperm and egg. Half chromosomes number, so fertilization restores it. Without cell division, there would be no growth, no healing, and no new life. In fact, cell division is the secret behind both continuity of life and genetic variation. Wow, we have covered a lot today. Let's quickly revise everything to make sure it sticks. Cells are the basic unit of life, discovered by Hooke, studied by Leeuwenhoek. Cell theory explains all organisms are made up of cells. There are two types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Organisms may be unicellular or multicellular. Organelles are the factory parts. Cells can specialize. Plant and animal cell differences and cell division helps in growth and reproduction. Before we wrap up, here's something to help you revise even better. I have prepared a worksheet with question answers based on this video. You can download the PDF from the description. This is Archana and you are watching QED, that is quite easy done. If you enjoyed learning with me, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video with another exciting science concept.